So we've got different options for video marketing. You on camera is the most obvious one. So it means that you're building an identity, you're setting yourself apart from everybody else, and it means that patients are more likely to choose you over other boring websites without videos. You could also include videos in your email marketing as a way of nurturing that list, getting to know them, again building trust. So you could do your, whether it's MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, GetResponse, whatever one you use, and do videos in there. Again, that's another great way of just showing that you've got something different to say. And as I say, it's not essential to use expensive high production. We're going to talk about different methods in a moment, but a smartphone, an iPad will do if you're doing short, sharp videos about treatment, or you're interviewing a client for a testimonial. So we'll talk about how to do that in a second. So number one then, you on camera. Let me just flick. So if the thought of this absolutely traumatises you, don't do it, okay? Because there are other ways. So if you know that you're just never going to get through that pain barrier, you could keep practicing, you could keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, but people will see it. So if it's not authentically you, then don't do it. There are people that are very good on camera. We've got Joanna Ward there. Oops, sorry, if I just go back. If anyone wants to see some really good ideas, I'm sure Joanna Ward won't mind me saying. theskinclinic.org.uk. On her video page, she's got some great ones. We've got the lovely Anita there at Naris Skin Clinic. She's got some great videos as well. Both of those are very natural in front of the camera. So when it comes to doing that, I would say try not to be too scripted. You need to know enough to talk about things naturally from the heart. When it's scripted and when it's forced, you feel it and the viewer can feel it, So practice, get things in your own words, and just try with a couple of minutes. It doesn't even have to be that long. So there's other things that you can do, so that's obviously number one. Number two, you could get a spokesperson to do it for you, or if you've got someone in your clinic that's very good in front of the camera, then get them to do it. It's not the best alternative, to be honest, but there's mywebpresenters.com. There's all sorts of actors and actresses out there that are, dying for a bit of extra cash that would no doubt do spokesperson video for you, I'm sure. Not the best way, there's other ways. You could record your knowledge and talk over it, so you can see I've attached to a microphone here. We're obviously recording it, but I do webinars, and all you can see is the PowerPoint slides and my voice over the top, so that's easy enough to do if you've got a new treatment coming on board, or you want to let people know what's happening in your clinic. That's another option. You could use hand-drawn explainer videos. Have you seen those? They're not overly relevant for our market because it might be a little bit too fun, but you could potentially use them for a launch event or something happening with the clinic. So there's a really good example of one there. I'm going to give you the tools before we finish this as well, so you know how to get these done. Again, you don't need to spend a fortune on these. There's a lot of freelancers, a lot of companies out there that will do these at a reasonable low cost for you. Then you've got the cartoon ones, the ones that are literally quite good fun to watch as well. Again, not massively expensive, there's lots of different ones you could watch, and I'll give you the tools. Now this is a tool we use an awful lot. So if you go onto our Facebook page, Aesthetic Business Transformations, you'll see Animoto videos on there, which they look professionally produced, but they're not. Basically all it is, it's a tool that allows you to draw in some images, then you can do some 10-second video clips. So you could perhaps have one of you talking, explaining what your clinic is about. Then you could perhaps have one or two patients doing a testimonial or talking about a treatment. If you're going to use an Animoto video as a Facebook ad, don't put before and afters on there because Facebook won't approve that for an advert. But you can use these to promote events, to talk about new treatments. The tool itself is about £25 a month, but there are free versions of it as well. So have a look online. But what it will do, it will pull it all together, edit it, well, you know, in terms of making it look nice, put some music behind it, and then you can do some wording, call to action at the end. We'll talk about the format that you must follow shortly. But Animoto is a very good tool. So animoto.com/business, and you'll get an idea there. So what else have we got? Obviously actual video production. So at Aesthetic Medicine, that was a client that got me into trouble with YouTube. River Aesthetics, that wasn't her fault. But you can get professionally produced videos done. Again, it doesn't have to cost as much as it used to these days. You're talking probably between £500 and £1,000 to get a good video done. It's worth doing that for your main branding video on your website, your corporate video, so to speak. It's worth spending the time and effort to do that properly. And then you've got viral funny videos. Always worth a giggle, this one. Dollar Shave Club, has anybody seen that one? The other viral video that went quite mad recently was the lady with the Chewbacca mask. Did anyone see that? Again, in our marketplace, not overly appropriate, but it's all about getting across your personality in a way that matters to the patient. So, you know, it's not about being this, you know, unapproachable doctor or nurse. It's actually about being you, and if you can get that across on video more than any other marketing media. So it's worth watching that one because it's very clever and it didn't cost them hardly anything at all to produce. They did it themselves and it made a huge impact to their business. So anyway, mix and match videos. This is a good one to look at. So this is Grant at Rejuvamed. This is quite a nice one that you could get professionally done. I think he spent about 600 on this. And it's a really nice video of him, his team, his patients and testimonials. This 3D skin imaging equipment he uses, there's quite a lot in there. So it's worth having a look at that just to get some ideas. And you could do competitions and show and tell. So this is the lovely Pradnia at Revitalise Rejuvenate down in Exeter. She hated video to start with, but now she actually does quite a few showing, like I said earlier, about the products and things. So she does, these are the products that I use, I'm doing a competition, giving away, obviously not medical treatments, giving away a product. And that's a really good way of getting people to like and share. But again, be very careful about the rules with competitions. Facebook change them all the time, so you've got to be super careful, particularly in our industry. But it's you can obviously get your clients to do testimonials, and we'll talk about that in a second as well. And then on location, so there's Gilly and I at Aesthetic Medicine Live. We've got Julia there. So you could use your clinic location. It's the summer. You could use a night, you know, if you're in a nice area that tourists come to, you could talk about where you live. You know, it's just about you being a little bit imaginative, creative, etc. And of course, you could use celebrities. So, but I would be careful about using the celebrities unless you've got written, you know, exactly down and signed agreement of what's expected, what they're going to do in return. And anytime you use any of your own patients or a celebrity or anybody that's video is going out there online, just make sure you've got a signed agreement, because say in 5 years' time they meet a new husband doesn't know they've had treatments, they ask you to take the video down. Of course you can do everything you can to remove it, but once it's out there, it's out there. So make sure your agreement includes the fact that it could be out there forever. Yeah. So, better speed up a bit. For those that arrive late, just to let you know, Richard Crawford-Small is unable to attend today, so I'm going to be doing longer, and then Gilly Dickens from Aesthetic Response will also be doing longer between her, both of us. So, own online TV show, very good one to watch. This guy is actually a wine expert, basically, but he's now done, I can't remember how many thousands of literally his own TV show, that he's now multi-millionaire, global phenomenon, and that was just every day being consistent with his posts and his videos and building his following through video. So Gary Vaynerchuk, watch his overnight success videos, very, very interesting.